Good morning, my dear accounting enthusiasts. I'm excited to be here today to talk about one of the most fascinating topics in accounting, process costing. I promise to keep this lecture fun and engaging, so grab a piece of cake, sit back, and let's dive into the world of process costing. What is process costing? What is it? Process costing is a method used in accounting to determine the cost of producing a product. It is used in manufacturing environments where goods are produced in large quantities through a series of steps or processes. Process costing has four main steps that are as follows: identifying the beginning work, process inventory, calculating the cost of work completed during the period, calculating the cost of ending work, and summing the total cost. Now, some of you may be wondering what on earth is beginning cost, work in process inventory. Well, is the amount of unfinished products from previous period that we need to account for. Think of it like half-finished cake you left in the fridge last night, except in this case, we need to determine the cost of that unfinished cake. Step 2 is calculating the cost of work completed during the period. This is where the magic happens. We add the cost of direct material, direct labor, manufacturing overhead to the beginning work in process inventory, and voila, we get the cost per unit. It's like baking a cake from scratch, but instead of flour and sugar, we have direct material and direct labor. Next up is calculating cost of ending work in process inventory. At the end of the accounting period, we need to figure out the cost of unfinished product. Like the leftover frosting you didn't use on the cake is still valuable. We need to account for it. In the end, summing the total costs. Last but not the least, we add up the cost of beginning work in process inventory. Work completed during the period, the ending work in the process inventory is like putting together all the ingredients and frosting to create the final masterpiece, the cost of production for the period. What might be the benefits of process costing? Process costing has several benefits, including providing accurate cost information for inventory valuation, decision making, and facilitating the management of production process. It's like having a secret ingredient in your cake recipe that makes it stand out from the rest. Congratulations on finishing the theory of process costing. You have leveled up. Let's take a breather and look into a small example where we'll be talking about cupcakes. Let's say you own a bakery that specializes in making cupcakes. You want to use the process costing to determine the cost of producing your cupcake during a specific period. First, identifying the beginning work in the process inventory. At the beginning of the period, you had 100 half-finished cupcakes from the previous period. These cupcakes were still in process of being baked and decorated. Step 2 is calculating the cost of work completed during the period. You incurred the following costs: direct material, flour, sugar, eggs, etc. rupees 5,000. Direct labor, baker's waste, rupees 2,500. Manufacturing overhead, rent, utilities, equipment, depreciation, etc. is rupees 1,500. Using these costs and beginning work in the process inventory of 100 half-finished cupcakes, you can calculate the cost per unit. Total cost rupees 5,000 plus 2,500 plus 1,500 is 9,000. Units completed is 200 cupcakes. Each half-finished cupcake is counted as half a unit. Cost per unit is 9,000 rupees divided by 200 units, that is 45 per cupcake. Step 3 is calculating the cost of ending work in process inventory at the end of the period. There are 50 half-finished cupcakes. We need to determine the cost of these half-finished cupcakes as the ending work in the process inventory. Assuming the cost per unit is still rupees 45, the ending work in the process inventory is worth rupees 2,250. Summing the total cost to determine the total cost of the production for the period, you add up the cost of beginning work in process inventory, work completed during the period, and ending work in the process inventory. Beginning work in process inventory rupees 0, assuming you had no half thing. Cost of work completed during the period rupees 9,000. Ending work in process inventory 2,250. Total cost of production is 9,000 plus 2,250 is 11,250. And summing it all up, this means that the total cost of producing 250 cupcakes, 200 completed during the period and 50 left unfinished at the end of the period is 11,250 or rupees 45 per cupcake. Using the process costing can help you accurately determine the cost of producing your cupcake, which might help in turn the right prices to maximize profit. Thank you for joining me in this ride through the world of process costing. I hope I was able to make it fun and engaging for you all. Remember, process costing is an important tool in manufacturing environment, and understanding it can help you make better business decisions. Now go forth and enjoy baking and calculating. Until next time.